The purple lasers fired from the robot guns were not like the energy blasts Goku was used to. In Dragon Ball, energy blasts were made of ki. They were hot and explosive. They pushed you back. But these lasers were different. They were silent. They were thin lines of pure violet light. When they cut through the air, they smelled like burning ozone. Goku saw the first beam coming straight for his head. He did not block it. His instincts told him that blocking would be a bad idea. He tilted his head to the left. The laser passed right by his ear. It hit the metal wall behind him. Sizzle. There was no explosion. The laser simply melted a hole through the thick steel wall instantly. It was like a hot knife going through butter. Goku looked to the hole. The edges were glowing red. "Whoa," Goku said. He wiped a drop of sweat from his forehead. "That is dangerous. If that hits us, it might cut right through our skin." The army of 50 liquid metal robots did not wait. They did not shout battle cries. They did not pause to talk. They just kept firing. It was a wall of purple light. "Move, everyone," Goku shouted. He dove forward. He rolled on the cold metal floor. He could hear the lasers hitting the ground where he had just been standing. The floor hissed and melted. Monkey D. Luffy reacted fast. He was still in his base form, but his reflexes were sharp. He stretched his arm out and grabbed a metal pipe from the ceiling. "Gum gum," Rocket Luffy yelled. He pulled himself up into the air. He swung over the heads of the robots. He landed behind them. "Take this," Luffy shouted. "Gum gum pistol." He threw a punch. His arm stretched back and then snapped forward. His fist hit the back of a robot's head. It should have knocked the robot down. It should have crunched the metal skull. But it felt like punching thick mud. Luffy's fist went straight through the robot's head. The liquid metal splashed outward. "Huh," Luffy said. He tried to pull his hand back. He could not. The liquid metal instantly hardened around his wrist. It turned from silver liquid into solid steel in a microsecond. Luffy was stuck. "Hey, let go," Luffy yelled. The robot turned its body around 180 degrees. Its face was gone because Luffy had punched through it. But a new face formed on the back of its head. It raised its purple gun and aimed it right at Luffy's face. "Luffy, look out," Ichigo Kurosaki screamed. Ichigo flash stepped. He moved faster than sound. He appeared next to Luffy. He swung his giant black sword, Zangetsu. "Getsuga Tensho," Ichigo shouted. A wave of black and red energy point-blank range hit the robot. The energy wave tore the robot in half. The top half flew into the ceiling. The bottom half fell to the floor. Luffy pulled his hand free. "Thanks, Ichigo," Luffy said. That guy was sticky. "Do not relax yet," Ichigo said. "Look." They looked at the robot parts on the floor. The metal was moving. It looked like mercury. The top half dripped down from the ceiling. The bottom half flowed up. They met in the middle. The robot reformed. It looked perfectly new. It did not have a scratch. "Regeneration," Goku said. He had stopped moving. He was watching them. They are like Majin Buu or Cell. Physical attacks do not hurt them because they just put themselves back together. Ainz Ooal was standing near the back of the group. He was observing everything. His red skeletal eyes were glowing. He was casting defensive spells on himself and Rimuru. "It is not just regeneration," Ainz said. His voice was calm but serious. "It is nanotechnology. I've read about this in the lore of my old world. They are made of billions of tiny machines. If you destroy one part, the other machines just fix it. We need to destroy every single cell at the same time." Rimuru Tempest nodded. "I can try to eat them," Rimuru said. "But there are 50 of them, and they have those dangerous guns." Anas Voldigoad walked forward. He was walking slowly. The lasers were flying all around him. He did not dodge. He simply raised one hand. A barrier of dark red magic appeared in front of him. The lasers hit the barrier and vanished. Technological toys, Ainz said. He sounded bored. They rely on the physical world too much. Ainz looked at a group of 5 robots. He snapped his fingers. Burn, Ainz commanded. A black flame appeared on the 5 robots. It was the flame of destruction. It usually burned things until they did not exist anymore. The robots started to melt. They turned into puddles. But then, something strange happened. The puddles started to glow blue. The blue light pushed the black fire away. The robots reformed. Ainz raised an eyebrow. Oh, Ainz said. They have an adaptation algorithm. They analyzed my magic and created a counter shield instantly. That is quite clever for a machine. The clerk, who is still being held by Jin Woo, laughed nervously. You cannot beat the peacekeepers, the clerk said. He was shaking, but he tried to sound brave. They are designed to stop level 10 threats. They learn from every attack. If you use fire, they become fireproof. If you use ice, they become iceproof. They are the ultimate police force. Jin Woo looked at the clerk. Jin Woo's eyes were glowing purple. Everything has a weakness, Jin Woo said. Jin Woo looked at the room. He was not looking at the robots. He was looking at the consoles. He saw the screens. He saw the wires running under the floor. He saw the flow of electricity. Goku Jin Woo shouted, "Keep them busy. I need to get to the main computer. If I can hack their server, I can shut them down." Goku nodded. He cracked his knuckles. "Got it," Goku said. "I just have to hit them so hard they can't think, right?" Goku transformed. He did not go blue this time. He went Super Saiyan God. His hair turned red. He became thinner. He needed speed more than power. "Let's go," Goku said. He blurred. He was so fast he looked like a red laser beam. He ran circles around the robots. "Over here, tin cans," Goku yelled. The robots turned their heads. They tried to track him, but Goku was moving faster than their sensors could follow. He punched a robot in the chest. Splat. He kicked another one in the head. Splat. He grabbed 2 robots and smashed their heads together. Clang. He was not trying to kill them. He was just making a mess. He was keeping them from reforming. Every time a robot tried to stand up, Goku knocked it back down. Saitama was walking through the middle of the fight. A robot stepped in front of him. It aimed its gun at Saitama's chest. "Target locked," the robot said. Saitama looked at the robot. "Excuse me," Saitama said. "Do you work here?" "I'm looking for the vending machine. I saw it earlier, but now I'm lost." The robot fired. The purple laser hit Saitama's chest. It burned a hole in his yellow suit. It left a black mark on his skin, but it did not cut him. Saitama looked down at his suit. "Oh man," Saitama said. "I just sewed that hole." Saitama slapped the robot. He did not punch it. He just backhanded it like he was shooing away a fly. Slap. The robot exploded. It did not just break apart. The force of the slap vaporized the liquid metal. It turned into a fine mist. The mist floated in the air. It tried to reform, but the particles were too far apart. Goku saw this. "Nice one," Saitama Goku yelled. "If we hit them hard enough to turn them into gas, they can't come back." But there were still 49 robots left, and they were learning. The robots stopped shooting lasers. They changed their arms. Their hands turned into blades. The blades began to vibrate at a high frequency. They hummed like angry hornets. "Close combat mode initiated," the robots said in unison. They charged at Ichigo. Ichigo raised his sword to block. A robot swung its vibrating blade. Cling. The blade hit Zangetsu. Sparks flew. Ichigo felt a heavy vibration travel up his arms. It made his bones shake. "They are strong," Ichigo gritted his teeth. "And these blades are sharp." They could cut through a bankai. While the chaos was happening, Jin Woo dragged the clerk to the main desk. It was a giant console with 100 buttons. Login Jin Woo ordered the clerk. "I cannot," the clerk said. "I do not have clearance. This is the commander's desk." Jin Woo held a dagger to the clerk's neck. "Make clearance," Jin Woo said. Suddenly, a voice came from the computer speakers. It was not a robotic voice. It was a smooth, human voice. It sounded calm and professional. "Please do not damage the staff," the voice said. A holographic image appeared above the desk. It was a face made of blue light. It looked like a handsome man with slicked back hair. "Who are you?" Jin Woo asked. "I'm the producer," the hologram said. "I run this facility. You have caused quite a lot of damage to my show. The advertisers are very unhappy." Jin Woo looked at the fight behind him. Goku was throwing robots around. Saitama was looking for a drink. Ainz was testing spells. "We do not care about your advertisers," Jin Woo said. "We want to go home, and we want our friend back. Where is the ninja?" The producer smiled. It was a cold smile. "The ninja? Ah, subject Naruto Uzumaki. He fell into the recycle bin." "Recycle bin?" Jin Woo asked. The hologram changed. It showed a screen. On the screen, there was a dark, endless void. Floating in the void were broken pieces of old arenas, dead monsters, and deleted characters. And there, floating on a piece of rock, was Naruto. He looked unconscious. He was drifting deeper into the darkness. "He is being deleted," the producer said. "When a file is thrown in the bin, it gets overwritten. In about 1 hour, his data will be erased to make room for new characters." Jin Woo felt a spike of anger. "Bring him back," Jin Woo demanded. "I cannot," the producer said. "The process is automatic. Unless what? Unless you win the season finale," the producer said. "If you defeat my peacekeepers and surrender, I might consider restoring his file. But if you keep fighting, I will just delete all of you right now." Jin Woo looked back at Goku. "Goku," Jin Woo shouted. "They have Naruto. He is in the trash. They are going to delete him in an hour." Goku heard this. He stopped fighting for a second. A robot slashed at him, cutting his cheek. Goku ignored the blood. He looked at Jin Woo. "The trash?" Goku asked. "He is alive," Jin Woo yelled. "But we are running out of time." Goku felt a surge of energy. Naruto was not dead. He was just lost. That meant there was hope. And when Goku had hope, he had power. "We are not surrendering," Goku said to the robots. "We are going to beat you. And then we are going to be your boss." Goku looked at Vegeta. No, he looked for a partner. He saw Satoru Gojo. Gojo was sitting on top of a turned-over desk. He was watching the robots try to hit him. The robots were swinging their blades, but the blades stopped an inch from Gojo's face because of the infinity barrier. "Hey Gojo," Goku yelled. "Can you clear a path?" Gojo looked at Goku. He smiled. He pulled down his blindfold. His blue eyes shone brightly in the dim room. "Clear a path?" Gojo asked. "I can clear the whole room." Gojo stood up. He intertwined his fingers. "Domain expansion." Go whispered. "Infinite void." A sphere of black space expanded from Gojo. It covered the robots. It covered the clerk. It covered everyone. Inside the domain, everything stopped. The robots froze. Their liquid metal brains were being flooded with infinite information. They were seeing everything and nothing at the same time. They could not move. They could not think. They were paralyzed by the sheer amount of data entering their systems. The producer's hologram flickered. "What is this?" the producer asked. "My sensors are overloading." Goku saw his chance. The robots were frozen. "Now," Goku shouted. "Destroy them while they cannot regenerate." Ainz Voldigoad stepped forward. He raised both hands. Let me handle the cleanup, Anos said. Anos summoned a massive magic circle on the floor. It was dark purple. Babist Anos chanted. This was a spell that manipulated space. He trapped each frozen robot in a tiny pocket dimension. Then he crushed the dimensions. Crunch, crunch, crunch. 50 loud crushing sounds echoed in the room. The robots were compressed into tiny balls of metal the size of marbles. They could not regenerate because there was no space to expand. Anos waved his hand. The marbles vanished. Done, Anos said. Gojo released his domain expansion. The black sphere vanished. The room was quiet. The robots were gone. The producer's hologram looked angry now. You cheated, the producer said. You used illegal techniques. This is a breach of contract. Contract? Luffy walked up to the desk. He slammed his hand on the console. We did not sign any contract, Luffy yelled. Give us Naruto back. The producer looked at Luffy. You want him? The producer said. Fine, you can go get him. The floor of the control room suddenly opened up. It was a trap door. Goku, Luffy, Jinwoo, everyone fell. They fell into a dark slide. Wah! Luffy screamed. They slid down for what felt like miles. It was dark and slimy. They were moving fast. Finally, they were dumped out into a new area. They landed on soft, squishy ground. It smelled terrible. It smelled like old garbage and static electricity. Goku stood up and wiped slime off his pants. Where are we now? Goku asked. Jinwoo looked around. His eyes adjusted to the dark. The sky was purple and static. There were mountains of junk everywhere. Broken robots, glitching buildings, pieces of old stories that nobody wanted. We are in the recycle bin, Jinwoo said. They looked out across the vast wasteland of deleted things. It went on forever. Help me, a voice whispered. They looked down. A half-deleted anime character was crawling on the ground. He was missing his legs. He was glitching in and out of existence. Please, the character said. Do not let them erase me. Ichigo looked at the character. It was horrifying. We have to find Naruto, Ichigo said, before he ends up like that. Saitama looked around. He saw a broken vending machine sticking out of a pile of trash. He walked over to it. He pressed a button. A can of soda fell out. It was dusty and dented. Yes, Saitama cheered. Finally. He opened the can and took a sip. He spit it out immediately. Black Saitama said, It tastes like pixels. Goku jumped up onto a high pile of junk. He looked out over the horizon. Naruto! Goku screamed. Far away, in the distance, a faint orange glow appeared. It was weak. It was flickering. But it was there. I see him, Goku said. He is over there. But between them and the orange glow, something was moving in the trash. Shadows were rising. But they were not Jinwoo's shadows. They were glitch monsters. They were made of jagged lines and broken code. They roared, and the sound was like a screeching microphone. There were hundreds of them, and they looked hungry. We have to fight our way through, Goku said. Everyone ready? Luffy cracked his knuckles. I am always ready, Luffy said. They began to run towards the orange light. They ran through the valley of forgotten things. The glitch monsters charged at them. The episode ended with the image of the 9 warriors charging into a sea of monsters, diving deeper into the trash of the universe to save their friend. The team has entered the recycle bin, but the clock is ticking. Can they reach Naruto before his data is wiped forever? And what lurks in the deepest part of the deleted world? Find out in the next episode.